this. We'll try to be quick. I just can't have this not on YouTube. I am very sorry about this.
Okay, let's deliver this and make amends.
I thought I told you to beat it. Or do your ears just not work?
We just wanted to bring you your coffee to make sure there were no hard feelings.
Ha! Ah, that's cute. I promise I don't bite. I just have a job to do. Sometimes I think Charlie's hair gel seeps into his brain, but he brings in most of our revenue, so his happiness is our top priority.
Again, fair.
Now, Scram, you know how to get in touch with me if you need me.
That did not go well at all. We need some kind of leverage to get Mr. Nova to give us the information we want. I'm certain he knows something. Don't you agree?
Yeah, he was pretty evasive.
While you were talking to him, I took the opportunity to look into his history more thoroughly. It turns out he did a series of promos for a local Hassie bar early in his career, and some fans still spot him there from time to time. It's a long shot, but frankly, everything about this case has been one long shot after another.
Again, isn't that noir in general?
People at this Hassie establishment and look for any dirt we can use to put some pressure on Mr. Nova. There must be something. It's the only path I see.
Sure.
The Hassie bar is located on Market Street, near the Genus Clinic. We can head there whenever you're ready.
And now comes the worst part of having to restart this recording, even though it wasn't too long ago. We gotta listen to this guy again.
Welcome back! Care to take another pamphlet or two?
Hello, I am back to listen to more of, to re-listen to your transphobic, homophobic, racist allegory BS.
Ah, the cold weather has made organising demonstrations a bit difficult, to say the least. But I refuse to relent in our mission. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, I will not rest until I stop these abominations from undoing God's almighty work.
Just think, if you weren't a bigot, I might actually like you. What, shutting down Clinic Talk Lives?
That's a leading question. Of course, some people have life-threatening afflictions, and it's a good thing that science has evolved to treat all kinds of diseases. Simply wanting cat ears and furry tails does not constitute a disease. A disease of the mind, perhaps.
Again, this is reading straight transphobia vibes to me.
If the government strictly limits genetic alteration surgeries to only life-threatening emergencies, well, that would be a start towards undoing the damage. We are not God. We were made in his image, and his image did not include fur.
And again, since I gotta record this, how do you know? Again, how do you know, God? How do you know that what God looks like? Just saying, it's a tad bit of arrogance, so what a supreme entity who created the entire friggin' universe would know.
I feel it's rather simple. It's even in the name. Modifying genes means we are changing the very DNA that makes us unique.
Again, we are not just DNA, dude.
We're giving doctors, among other people with a severe lack of understanding of the human condition, the right to make us into entirely new species.
And once more, for the recording, replace this jargon with the whole transgender quote unquote argument. See how similar it sounds.
We are the byproduct of tens of thousands of years of natural selection and evolution, and now these people want that progress to just be reduced to a formula, to be injected into your skin at your convenience?
It was random chance we ended up with this way. Evolution is a massive mutations that just happened that stuck with a species over time. That's why there's so many different varieties. That's why we have subspecies.
And why? To fulfill some sick fantasy. We have VR dramas. Leave your imagination at home.
And what if they don't feel comfortable the way they are? What if having, say, cat ears makes you feel good about yourself? Makes you feel comfortable? You see where I'm going with this.
Besides, why should we give these self-proclaimed animals the same rights as humans when they clearly don't want to be human?
Off our back.
That is the greatest misconception of our group.
Is it?
They would have you believe that we'd rather go back to the Dark Ages.
Well, it seems like it.
Oh, sure, the human revolution wants people to go back to washing clothes by hand down by the river, right? We'll all go back to playing with sticks, yes?
Well, it seems like to me you want to go back to times where people prayed to God for to cure their affliction, and instead of seeking medical science.
We do not advocate for a reversal of all technology. That would be ludicrous.
And where do you draw the line? Again, I would like to point out that your best friend, your supposed best friend, who is in life support, isn't welcome in your group because of said life support. Your entire argument has just fallen apart.
We merely want severe limitations on genetic enhancements and a focus on medicinal practice beyond gene therapy.
Once more, I do not completely disagree with this argument. That if gene therapy is the only treatment, it's something to use while we're trying to find other, better treatments.
That would include an outlawing of cosmetic gene therapy, yes. People parading around in fur and scales as proud abominations.
And again, you're making your bigotry clearly known.
We need the government to protect these patients from themselves.
Really now? And what makes you think they're hurting themselves?
Through some concerted efforts, we've created an alliance with a number of businesses banning service and employment of unhumans.
Yes. People who are all willing to take advantage of a minority suffering. And yes, racial slur.
Yeah, they call themselves hybrids, but we call them what they are. I can't respect those who willingly trade their humanity away. Thanks to our efforts, many local businesses are finally gaining the confidence to only serve human beings. If they wanted to feed animals, well, they'd open up a pound. Why, just the other day, a neo-SF landlord thanked me for supporting his decision to deny tenancy to unhumans. He already feels better about his decision to seek out our help.
Of course, because he too was a bigot. He doesn't like that people are getting the treatment that they need. It makes him uncomfortable, and therefore he is all the more happy to go around having his people's rights revoked. Because it does not affect him.
Plus, can you imagine the cleaning fees?
They can clean themselves just fine, dude. Like, it's not like their brains change when they become hybrids.
Great! Do tell me when you get the article out. I love to read the comments.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but doesn't most of the MeshNet speak critically of your organization?
Oh, that's cute. The robot wants to join in the discussion now. Yes, this is true, though historically most revolutionaries are unpopular when they're in the middle of the fight.
Sure, Hitler felt exactly the same way.
I sleep comfortably knowing that history will be on my side.
I promise to write a Ferris X-Men blah blah blah.
Why, thank you. I appreciate bold integrity from good journalists like yourself.
I want to stop talking to you. Thanks for the interview. I'll let you know if I need anything else.
Oh, please do. Have a lovely day now. And remember, God designed you perfectly just the way you are.
I'm just going to refrain from answering. His car. (2062) Z CR4 Coupe. Perfect for letting everyone know you spent a fortune of credits on this car. Again, is this your car? Just saying. Let's hope Ramona isn't mad at me.
Well, if it isn't the luckiest jerk I've ever seen in my life.
She's mad at me.
I had to schedule a specialist to come fix my ROM, and you better hope they can. Oh well, all's well that ends well. I underestimated how much people would appreciate an early Christmas. Anyway.
So technically we were good for your business.
What can I do for you?
I was hoping you had time to talk.
Sure. I still have a little bit before closing, and I can use some conversation to distract me from the anticipation of the VR drama I have waiting for me when I get off. What do you want to know?
Didn't Charlie Nova do promos for this place?
Charlie is a complete trip. We met when he was just starting out doing adverts. He still drops in every once in a while to hang out. I love the guy. He's super funny, always has the best stories, and his hair is perfect. And he parties harder than anyone I know. A couple weeks ago, he invited me to this raid at some hole that's probably already shut down, and he got so amped up on Crash that he jumped up on the table and hosted an impromptu dirty dancing contest.
I
swear, if he was in Charlie Nova, we would have gotten chucked out on our asses, but it was a lot of fun. If you want to meet him, just hang around here long enough. He loves mingling with his fans. Not that it helps his ego any.
This is pretty innocuous.
Indeed.
We are going to need more evidence if we're to fabricate a believable story that will convince Mr. Nova it's in his best interest to help us.
Can you tell me about VR technology?
You don't have internal hookups, do you? The older sets are all helmets that use electromagnetic waves to stimulate the neural pathways in your brain to induce the desired sensory input. It's pretty crude though, which is why EM hats give you that dreamlike experience. It doesn't quite feel real. The Direct Link network has way higher fidelity. It's like actually being there.
Enter Ghost in the Shell reference here. That was probably where the idea for this came from.
And since the Direct Link can interrupt your primary motor cortex, you don't have to take muscle relaxers to keep from flailing around. But some people are still scared off by it.
What is that?
Well, it's pretty invasive. They inject this smart polymer into the base of your skull, right at the brainstem, and it crawls along your primary neural pathways and bonds to your major sensory centers.
That does sound kinda icky.
It's been safe for almost a decade, but a lot of folks are still pretty skeeved out by the idea of having a bunch of conductive plastic coating in the inside of their brains.
You know, fair.
Plus, for the 24 hours or so that is hooking everything up and self-calibrating, you start to have intense hallucinations because of all the electrical crossfiring.
Oh boy.
It's a trip, I'll tell you that. But no worse than the stuff people have been taking for millennia, watching the world melt. Anyway, if you're looking to get installed, I have a guy who does great work. Just let me know.
What's the VR drama about?
Oh, it's an ongoing drama called Magical Commander Yukino. Yukino at the Gates to the Deep.
Let me guess, it's a magical girl anime?
In it, you play the magical girl Yukino as she fights off elder gods as they arise from the ocean.
It's a magical girl that fights its Lovecraftian horrors. Not gonna lie, I would pay money to see that.
It's a bit cliched and just about as silly as you would expect, but it includes some really interesting intersection between the Japanese magical girl trope and the American Cthulhu mythos.
Exactly what I said. And that cliched?
All with a pseudo-military theme.
Yes.
In the newest episode, Yukino has to face off against the Yip as they try to inhabit the bodies of people in the present to escape their destruction in the past.
I'm not clued up on the Cthulhu mythos, but aren't the Yip kind of like the good guys? You know, the ones who fight the elder gods? How does the VR drama work? Is it like a video game?
Not really. Video games are about winning and manipulating the mechanics of the system to get ahead, right?
Not exactly, but kinda.
Dramas are more about inhabiting the role of the character.
So basically like an RPG. Role-playing game.
There are rules, but they're mostly about behaving consistently in the fictional world. It's a bit like being in improv theater, except if you get too far out of your character, the system boots you out and you have to start the episode over. Everyone experiences the drama a little differently, but it stays broadly consistent because you have to maintain the behavior of the character you're inhabiting.
So kind of like a visual novel then.
It requires you to really get inside the head of another person. I like it better than VR games, but that's just me.
There, everyone has tastes. Sounds exciting, maybe I'll look it up.
It's the best! Super awesome! If you need any other suggestions, just let me know. I played through a little bit of everything. I'm sure I could find something you'd like. Maybe a detective drama. Anyway,
Thank you for your time.
sure. Just let me know if you need anything. I'm always happy to help.
How's the stream looking? I'm registering I'm registering no drop frames. Connection's still excellent. Don't waste too much time quacking, or you'll be sitting you know. Oh yeah, the clue Z Ian, who I see is in the chat. Duck game is an esport in this world.
No time to rest anymore, sleepyhead. We have our mission. Let's get to it. Full steam ahead.
Shouldn't we wait for Charlie? Ah, you look important.
Oh, hey, it's you. Wow, long time.
Do I know you?
Who's this?
This is Keith, an old buddy of mine, apparently.
Hey, not too old now. Did you manage to keep that plan I got you alive?
I'm doing it.
Oh, man. Rest in peace, Wilty. You probably overwatered it, didn't you?
Yeah, guilty.
That's exactly right.
Figures. So, what's with the bot?
That's touring my ROM.
Yours? Really? Huh. I didn't think you liked to bring work home, as it were. Anyway, it's great to see you. What brings you to the Hassie Bar? Doing a review of that sweet weather ROM outside or something?
We're actually here on an investigation.
All right, now that's the kind of journalism I'm talking about.
Indeed, we're looking into some accusations made against Charlie Nova. And we're actually trying to build up a solid case against him.
No shit. I actually may have exactly what you need. Charlie comes here all the time. You know that show he's host of, Star in the Stratosphere? That show where normal people try to become actors and singers and all. Listen to this recording I made when he was here last month on his book tour.
So many people come up to me thinking that if they can sing or act, I'll just make them a superstar. But that isn't how it works. Raw talent isn't enough to get you by in this industry, and anyone who thinks so is lying to themselves. It takes hard work and persistence. You gotta want it, and want it bad.
Well, I do agree with that statement.
But the kids I get on Star in the Stratosphere, which I host each and every week, as you all know, they're all so young and hungry. I love them. I do my damnedest to make sure they get what they want. They give me their best, so I'm gonna give them mine.
It's not much, and it might help you build a case if you chop it up right. Just keep my name off it. I post hiking pictures, not scandals. Well, if nothing else, the threat of this dropping on the mess should get them talking. Here, I just made a copy for you. Anyway, I'd love to catch up soon. For now, I'll let you keep at it. You can usually find me here if you want to chat again.
And Keith later.
say. Why did you tell Keith that I belong to you?
More convenient, and I do like to think of us more as friends than like owner and Rom.
Very fair. You may continue to run with that as your story with those who don't or shouldn't know the truth about me. Anyway,
If he stays with me, it should be his choice. Apparently we're going to blackmail Charlie. Oh, there's something, there's still something more here. I do not want to talk to you. So we wait for him to show up then? Twin gets really impatient anytime you take a seat, but they never notice if you're just wasting time or stopping to smell the roses. But there's still something here I gotta do, right? Do I really gotta talk to you again?
One simple failure will not dissuade our cause.
Well, thankfully I don't need to talk to you. The video billboard cycling through advertisements for a few different things. First the news and a commercial for VR drama Tomorrow's Tears. So apparently you still have something to do here.
What can I do for you?
Time to talk?
Sure. I still have a little bit before closing. What do you want to know?
Nothing
Sure.
apparently.
Just let me know if you need anything.
So what am I to do? Apparently there's still something I need to do here. This is the most picturesque Christmas tree imaginable. Its branches are perfectly spaced, every decoration is placed meticulously. What am I meant to do? Apparently there's still something I need to do here.
Hey, pal. Building up on Hassie?
I haven't seen you around here before. Is there something I can help you with?
I heard Charlie Nova hangs out around here sometimes.
Another one of his fans, huh?
Not really.
Yeah, he comes here sometimes. I don't really get why everyone likes him so much.
What's your issue with him?
Well, I have a picture from this time he flipped off a box of kittens.
Sorry,
Somebody
what?
brought them to try to give away, and one of them scratched him up. He ended up taking it home, but he really hammed it up about getting scratched. I think he ended up calling him, I think it was Captain Snuggles? It was pretty funny, actually. I'll send your Rom a picture.
So are we just prepping to blackmail Charlie? This should be enough to get his
Frankly,
attention.
I'm starting to feel a bit uneasy about this. Mr. Nova's clearly an upstanding individual, if just a bit boisterous. But I suppose if we're in for a penny, we're in for a pound. This should be more than enough anecdotal evidence to fabricate a less than flattering image of Mr. Nova that the public will eat right up. Let us present our story to him immediately. Hopefully our delay has not put him in physical danger.
Hopefully. Look at blackmail. Valuable dirt on Charlie Nova. Apparently that's just it. Okay, now we go back to TMI. I'm sure Sympathy is gonna love this.
I think I'm gonna have to let security know that you're not allowed back in the building.
I've got some stuff that might change your mind about teaming up.
Doubtful, but let's hear it. Never let it be said I didn't give someone a chance to dig their own grave.
How much of an animal lover are you, Charlie?
Hey, that's completely out of context. And I love Captain Snuggles. Sure, we didn't get off to a good start, but he's a great cat. The best.
Charlie, flipping off a kitten? Why? Anyway, this is just pathetic. This is really your best attempt at blackmailing us?
I've got a feeling I'm building up. I bet the world would love to hear such an inspiring pep talk.
Ha! You're just grasping at straws.
I'm just leading up to it.
This speech was truly a beacon of light for the entire entertainment community. There's no way an original sermon like that is going to convince anyone that I'm a bad guy.
Well, with some creative editing. Whatever, this is still nothing but hot air. You need to step up your game, kid.
Like I said, I've been building up. Has Charlie been having partying problems?
So what? I like to show people a good time.
You got that high.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Damn it, I told you to get off the crash, Charlie. Shit like this keeps coming up.
I did. And besides, I wasn't doing anything illegal.
You go public with this flimsy smear piece, I'm gonna tear you apart.
Oh, enough, enough! I'm not cut out for this cloak and dagger game, Sympathy. What's the big deal anyway? It's not like they've got anything substantial to use. I might as well give them what they want, so they'll go away.
Tell them whatever you want. And I'll be taking that evidence.
You didn't have to do all of this. I would have helped if you had just asked. But it's always push and dig and needle, isn't it? I'm not a journalist. I'm just an anchor. I read off a teleprompter and look good doing it. I don't have much to offer you, but here's what I know.
Still no frames drop.
Trust me, I'd love to lay down some earth-shattering pronouncement and dazzle you with my investigative skills, but all I've got is flimsy threads at best. The thing is, all this stuff with my stories, stuff getting changed, making me look like I don't like the human revolution or whatever, it started after I had an upgrade made to my VR uplink hardware.
Oh. What kind of upgrade?
The technically legal kind.
Technically legal?
Look, I like to have a good time at a party, right? But Sympathy keeps hammering on me for pounding back too much crash and whatnot. Nothing illegal, but she says it makes me look like shit on camera the next day. So I went to this guy I know, good guy, everyone uses him. He's called Nanya. He does great work after just one simple back alley brain surgery, bing bang boom. I can use an app to make my VR uplink have the same effect on my brain that the stims do, without all the nasty physical side effects. It could be a coincidence, though. The tech guys didn't find anything wrong with my uplink, and they say the modifications check out. But that Nanya guy does a lot of work for media people around here. So if a bunch of posts are getting changed, maybe that's your weak link.
Does this Nanya guy know someone I happen to know?
Anyway, that's it. Pretty flimsy, but I'll send you the address and you can go talk to him.
Nanya's at it.
If he'll even see you, that is.
Thanks for the help.
Well, we took far too long to get to it, but I'm quite happy to assist in any way that I can. Just make sure you source me in your article, right? Maybe run a rough draft past me and I'll give you some quotes. I'm certain that'll help signal boost the story all the way to the stratosphere.
Oh boy.
Give it the old Charlie Nova bump. Maybe we can smooth out all this silliness between us. Anyhow, I really have to get back to work. Let me know how it goes with the murderous hacker thing. My ROM will call your ROM.
Might want to look for some new employment, Nina.
This looks like the spot. I'm awfully nervous and still a bit shaken up. Let's hurry and get out of here.
Everything still seems to be good. Again, no drop frames. Finding a young wrestler is leaning up against a brick wall. This wrestler is a powerhouse in the Neo-SF Wrestling Federation's hot new stable, the Violet Wings. According to the Mesh, they're a group of highly ranked wrestlers who form some sort of a battalion.
Hold up there, Speedy. I've never seen the two of you around here before, and I know everybody. Why don't you let me know what's going on here first before you start barging through people's doors? Feel me?
Hello? We're just here to speak to Nanya about something.
Just got into town and you're already asking favors from folks, huh?
I take it you're Nanya?
Tisk, 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 my little blue friend.
What? No, it's not like that. Listen, we don't want any trouble, but we're kind of in a hurry.
Trouble? There's no trouble here. We can be friends.
For what price?
I like this one. You're a little more street smart than your blue bot buddy here, I see. No, I like you two. You're cool in my book. And since we're all such good friends now, maybe you'll be willing to give back to the community and do a favor for your new pal Formula first.
Okay, so you're not Nanya. You just happen to share a nickname with a certain servant on SGO who loves money. What kind of name is Formula?
You see, I'm a budding street musician. Working on my next big hit. Feel me? But I'm sort of stuck on a few lines. I just gotta get these last few rhymes right. Maybe you could share a little of your creativity with me and see what we come up with. And it'll be fun.
Maybe we could try to help you out a little.
Sure about this?
It can hurt.
You know how important this has become. Time is of the essence.
You don't have time to not help me.
Huh?
What do you think would take longer? Helping an up-and-coming singer-songwriter finish a guaranteed worldwide hit? Or you could ignore me and maybe I'll send over an anonymous tip to the Neo-SFPD. You see, I know for a fact that everything inside this shop here is 100% legal. But I bet whatever you got in your mind sure ain't. Even if they didn't find anything, it'd take the rest of the day to iron out. People like you don't come down here for anything boring. We clean up good. How well do you cover your tracks when you're in such a hurry, I wonder?
This isn't good. If Lexi in particular gets suspicious and starts tracking us down, things will become rougher for us. Not to mention all the other people it could indirectly affect. This whole case is life or death.
Huh, kind of a dramatic rhyme, ain't it?
He is not wrong, though.
But I made my point clear. If you don't help me out, I'll make sure you never get in to see Nanya at all. He's my buddy. Done me a favor or two, so I return him when I'm asked. That's how we do things around here.
Fine, we'll finish your damn
I
song.
knew you'd see it my way. All you gotta do is help me complete my rhyme, you dig? A couple of them are just missing a word or two, but if I really want to make this song fantastic, I'm gonna need some killer inspiration. It's gonna be super cred.
I mean, I've done some poetry, but not rhyming poetry.
Anyway, you ready for this?
Well, let's do it.
Gonna give it a shot? That's what I like to hear. Here's the first line I'm having trouble with. You ready?
I guess.
It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of, hang on a second.
My holiday cheer.
It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of my holiday cheer. Hey, yeah, that totally works. Great idea, thanks a ton. Here's the next line. Ready? Pay attention now. If you bring mistletoe, you knock me off my guard. And if you want my number, You know, for this one, I don't think words are gonna be enough. I'm gonna need some inspiration to make it come together. If you've got anything to show me that you think will help me out, let me know.
Business card.
If you bring mistletoe, you knock me off my guard. But if you want my number, I'll give you my business card. Hey, that totally works. Really, thanks so much. I'd never be able to write a song like this without you.
A Christmas-themed love song?
Well, it's kind of original for a rap. At least a rap,
Aren't those
the kinds of raps I know.
pretty tacky?
All right, now I need your help with just one more line. I promise it's the last one.
All right.
This one's been driving me up a wall. I hope you can tackle it as well as you did the other. Ready? Here we go. This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a nice pair of, damn it. This is getting embarrassing. There's no way to salvage this one without some seriously fresh inspiration, yo. Don't lose hope. I'm sure it'll hit us any second now.
I'll provide that information in a second. I just gotta go do stuff. Returned.
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a pair of GX Ultra beats.
I thought we were going with headphones.
That doesn't rhyme. Oh man, you totally threw off my style with that one. You might need to find some more inspiration around before you can really help me. I'm gonna keep thinking, but let me know if you come up with anything new.
Haven't you ever rapped before?
Tones, headphones, it rhymes. Headphones.
We can't go anywhere until we...
A box of stale-looking donuts sits on the ground. Mess of wet paper.
This is genius! The contrast of the art's colors to the walls, the way the letters stretch out, not to mention the accented punctuation amplifying the outcry. Who are the junks, and to whom are they unworthy?
So we can't go anywhere. Bunches of crunched plastic is joined with miscellaneous rubbish.
I have 16 different health notifications advising against that.
Take all donuts?
Wait, those are... sure, why not?
Look. Some stale donuts from Run and Donut Walk. Oh, not tasty. Those damn headphones. Oh, I can use it to listen to listen and to know the OST. It only took me 4 sessions to figure that out, right? This is the 4th? Propaganda, and they really could use better paper stock. For self-defense only, Lexi's orders. Isn't there afraid people say when they see this?
Omae wa mo shinderu.
That's the one. I was not expecting that. Okay, there's something I may probably have to do with these donuts. That's a window. Any give to you?
Those look pretty, but I bet they're disgusting.
Yeah, probably.
Those look ugly, but I'll bet they're delicious.
Okay, maybe.
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We could ride this beat with a pair of yummy Christmas scones.
Really? Really? Donuts and scones are not the same thing.
He does know those are donuts, right?
Whatever, it worked, I guess.
Now that's what I call a tasty beat.
Sure.
That was amazing. I can't believe you pulled it off.
Yeah, I figured we had to rely on the fact that you don't know your pastries.
Whatever you do for work now, it doesn't matter. You should become a musician. We totally become rivals, and I bet you that... On second thought, you keep your day job. This is my territory. You feel me? But you did help out in a huge way, so I guess you're cool. Go on in and see Nanya whenever you want. I'll just be chilling out here, soaking up the inspiration of my surroundings, baby.
Here, you can keep the scones. It was nice meeting you, Formula.
Hey, you too, little Bob Blue.
Man, is this guy's name... Is this guy's name a play on 50 Cent? I mean, I know he doesn't look anything like the guy, but still.
Hey, that kind of rhymed.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's embarrassed himself enough. The thick, slightly opaque window makes it hard to see the finer details of the operating room. But you can still make out the basic tables, stretchers, complex-looking surgical equipment, and supply cabinets. A colossal mess of tangled wires sprawled on the floor. Lung augments, spine augments, cybernetic arms, all made by the Dynamo brand. Oh, hello. You're the secretary, I guess?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope, I don't know you. You got someone willing to vouch for you? If not, get out of my shop.
We just met for Moolah. He said we were cool.
Moolah? That guy's a hoot. Keeps out the riffraff and fakers, too. But seriously, where did you hear about me?
Charlie Nova said I could come talk to you.
Charlie? Yeah, I remember him. That TV guy runs his mouth a lot. Yeah.
Yep, that would be him.
Paid good enough. All right then, what can I do for you?
Charlie said your name is Nanya?
Sure, if that's what you want to call me. If your credit's clear, you can call me whatever you want. Enough foreplay. What can I do for you? A fresh install, custom firmware, maybe an upgrade? I can pretty much do it all. But most people come in here for VR implants. Turns out brain surgery is expensive, yeah?
We're on a different kind of business.
We're in a bad situation. Local news articles are being mysteriously altered after they've been posted to the mesh, even while the originals are still online. Charlie Novas are being manipulated as well, and he pointed us in your direction. It didn't start happening until after he had his implant upgraded.
What kind of parts did you use for Charlie exactly?
What are you, cops? No, worse. You're journalists.
Ouch.
Get the hell out of my shop! I have a business to run. I don't have time to answer shit about shit that don't got shit to do with me. You found the door before, find it again. And tell Charlie he can get someone else to do him a rush job when he's back on stims and needs a workaround. He ain't welcome around here anymore.
Give us a moment, please. I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of being given the runaround by these meat bags. We could just find some bribe or blackmail to get what we want from this Nanya. But I think it's time to take matters into our own hands. I have an idea. Keep him occupied for a few minutes.
Should I do that?
Just do what you normally do and ask questions. Nothing about the blog post, though. We don't want to set him off. Just keep him talking. It'll only take a minute.
Are you gonna get going, or am I gonna have to call someone to make you get going?
Listen, we don't think you had anything to do with manipulating Charlie's stories.
I didn't.
We were just hoping to get some more background information on the kind of implant he has so we can follow other leads.
Shit. Fine, whatever. I'll tell you what you want, within reason. Doctor-patient confidentiality and all that.
Fair enough.
Just promise me it'll get you the hell out of my shop a little sooner.
Deal. Sorry for this. Our circumstances have gotten serious. We're following anything we can all the way to the end.
There's no way to hack a VR implant like Charlie's. I mean, you can definitely install hostile firmware on one, but you can't just load whatever program you want without the user's knowledge. Any changes to the loaded firmware will trigger some really obvious visual indicators to let you know something's being changed, and those are put in on the hardware level. I've never heard of anyone being able to circumvent them. The only person who could have loaded hostile firmware on there is me. And don't try and go there. I get paid too much to risk my reputation over changing a few blog posts.
What about using
totally
the mesh
believe
to
you.
mess with the implant? Is there some way to change the input remotely?
No, the implant itself doesn't have any kind of wireless connection. You have to use a headset with an induction coil for I/O. Wireless just doesn't have the bandwidth for it. You might be able to try infecting a ROM with some virus that screws with the I/O, but you only use a connection to a ROM for AR HUDs. They can't handle full simulation. You'd need a full rig and a hardline connection to the net to do that. So, I'd give it a big maybe. If that's actually how it all happened, they probably would have found whatever infected his ROM way before you showed up here to bother me.
Could it have just been faulty parts? Not to be too blunt about it, but this field of expertise is a little disreputable. Maybe your supplier sent you an implant with something fishy preloaded.
Damn it. Look, I get it. I'm working out of an old auto garage on the bad side of town. But I'm a fully licensed cyber surgery tech. This entire business is legitimate.
Oh, I believe you.
It isn't illegal to install custom parts or firmware in any current generation implants. It just breaks the warranty. My business keeps a low profile so we don't run into bogus patent infringement lawsuits from Flower Cybernetics or whatever shell company they decide to come after you with. All of my parts are sourced direct from the original manufacturer, completely above board. So if they're bad, they were built bad by the factory. Now, is that all? I have appointments to keep.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, whatever.
You may not know this, but I have a finely tuned sense of electromagnetic fields. All ROMs do. We need to be able to maintain optimal contact with the mesh, catalog and use various wireless transmissions, and avoid areas with dangerously high interference. Your stock off-the-shelf ROM has very little command over the frequencies available to be scanned. But I'm starting to realize how very little of me is stock or off-the-shelf after the changes Hayden made. That means when the humidity is low, the air fairly sings for me, amongst other things.
I'm not getting your point.
Meaning, in layman's terms, I could read his monitor over his shoulder while being across the room.
You can read monitors without actually seeing them?
Well, some. I doubt I could have handled an LCD monitor. They require extra parts I just don't have.
There.
And the fidelity is a bit low. Anyways, Nanya looked up his client records on Charlie, and I got some of the names of his other customers off of the spreadsheet. One in particular stands out, Shotaro Otsuka.
What's the relevance?
Mr. Otsuka is a moderately prominent tech blogger, respected, perhaps a bit vitriolic. He catches my attention though because historically he has been very critical of Parallax in his posts. Recently though, the tone has been increasingly moderate, and now he is almost effusive in his praise. His fans are accusing him of shilling for the company, but many of his earliest posts show some of the same manipulations that we saw from Augmented Eye and Nova's blog.
So maybe it isn't who I thought it was.
Now it's like he's being ghost-written entirely.
Lead the way.
I've marked the location of Shotaro Otsuka's apartment on your map. After you.
Alright, let's be on our way then.
This is the building. Mr. Otsuka must do well for himself, considering the neighborhood. Not the priciest section of Neo SF, but nice enough for a self-employed tech blogger. Perhaps we should just ring the bell? We both know it won't be that easy, but it's important to maintain some courtesies.
Hey, it's Sky.
You weren't prepared for the weather, huh? Your ROM looks fancy enough to keep track of that.
Ding dong.
Greetings, guests. I am LJ2, Shotaro Otsuka's ROM. Shotaro was not expecting any company at this hour, but I will let him know you are here. Sorry for the wait. Please hold on for just a moment while I fetch him.
That's encouraging. That was odd. Maybe try the bell again.
Ding dong?
Greetings, guests. I am LJ2, Shotaro Otsuka's Ra.
Is he dead?
Shotaro was not expecting any company at this hour, but I will let him know you are here. Sorry for the wait. Please hold on for just a moment while I fetch him.
Again?
What is taking so long?
Once more?
All right, third time's the charm, right? Once more, with feeling.
Ding dong?
Greetings, guests. I am LJ2, Shotaro Otsuka's Ra. Shotaro was not expecting any company at this hour, but I will let him know you are here.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Sorry for the wait. Please hold on for just a moment while I fetch him.
Ah! Why can't this ever be easy? I swear I'll blow out a fuse before we're done. Thank Hayden for system redundancies. Well, that's that. Let's see if we can find a way into Mr. Otsuka's apartment ourselves.
Gorgeous picture window with engravings and crown molding. The design is just slightly worn from weather or in general outside hazards. Hey Kronk, welcome to the stream. We're playing read-only memories right now. The panel itself is locked, of course. It's the door to Shotaro's apartment building. All you can see inside is a staircase. The keycard doesn't respond well to your ID. Of course it doesn't. The gate is locked. You have to be buzzed in by the residents to get in. Pine tree? The trunk is prickly and tough as far as you can reach. Oh, hey.
Mr. Otsuka's apartment is on the second floor.
Sorry about that. Your screen froze, so I have to X out and go back again. That's weird. I'm seeing no problem. I'm seeing no problems on my end. Connection reading is excellent. I've got no drop frames. Everything looks fine. Maybe there was a hiccup with Twitch or something. Pretty sure it was on my end because your voice was clear. Yeah, that might be it. Atsuka's apartment is on the second floor.
The fire escape should give us access to his window. We just need something to let us reach it. I'm sure there's some piece of detritus or loose end laying around we could use. Oh, that's how these things always work.
I need to use something to help bring that down. Borrow your umbrella.
You weren't prepared for the weather, huh? Your ROM looks fancy enough to keep track of that.
About that.
You want my umbrella?
Just for a couple of seconds.
Not for the weather. We need to use the hook handle to reach the fire escape ladder so we can pull it down.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, you live here and lost your key card, huh? I totally understand. I do that all the time. But look, as much as I'd love to give you this umbrella, I'm kinda using it right now. Where I come from, see, we're all about equal trades. It's part of our culture.
Gym culture?
Sorry, but unless you've got anything interesting to exchange for it, I'm gonna hold on to this. Don't want to get wet.
Interesting, huh? Well, this lets us listen to OSTs, so... And there's no way there is no way I'm going to give him my gun. I need that. Business card, probably not. The brochure?
Those guys are gross. Are you a part of that?
No.
Oh, you're not? Then let's not talk about it, okay?
Fair. But yeah, I was reading Hang Up on Kitsunis while I was on duty. The meaning behind and the tales is pretty interesting. And I should actually update. I should actually polish up my my knowledge of them. I know most of what I know is from outdated RPs. Some outdated stuff of basically put together for role-playing purposes. But it's one of the ways I found out about kitsunes, and I've been interested in them since. Okay, business card?
Hey, is this real? The real Yannick Fairlight?
You know him?
Of course I do! He's one of the most innovative tech minds of the last few generations! Can I please have this? I'll give you the umbrella. Yours to keep if you want.
Wow. The monster girl dude Kitsune is kinda like I used to play for Arcadia back in the day. That's where I first learned about kitsunes, and they sent me and one of them sent me to this page called Kitsune Lore, and that's where I basically got my information. But apparently there are like major differences, and I especially became interested in Tamamo. No, especially after playing after I got to know her from the Fate series.
I think it's a fair trade.
Fairlight's card.
Thanks! Here you go.
Apparently the guy will get wet for Fairlight. Take that however
This is
you
so
will.
exciting! I'm gonna go call him right now!
Good luck.
Call him? Maybe that wasn't the best idea. Oh well, now we have our tool, and a pretty spiffy one at that. Let's go.
Yeah, again, I have a bad feeling.
Excellent work.
Just if the guy is home and he's not answering the door, we've got a problem.
This window is unlocked. Let's go in.
What's that smell?
I'm not sure. My olfactory sensors detect chemicals associated with decaying food and something else I can't pin down.
You know that bad feeling I've been having? It's getting worse.
It's unfamiliar to me. That's better. Let's take a look around.
Old food. An old greasy bag of tone for the fast food chain and the state is famous for. Flies are circling like vultures. Again, that feeling is getting worse. Chotara's ROM. It's called itself LJ2, right? Don't mess with Chotara's things because he's currently distracted.
Mr. Otsuka?
There's no response.
Mr. Otsuka?
He's dead, isn't he? There's no response at all. What am I saying? Of course he's dead.
Mr. Otsuka? Shotaro must be plugged into the mesh. He hasn't even noticed us. I feel like I could scream without him knowing. Ah! Hi! Mr. Otsuka! Nothing.
Hello, guest. Shotaro has been a bit under the weather recently, so he has not been receiving anyone. He is trying very hard to keep up with his deadlines, but I will check and see if he has a moment to speak with you.
We just checked, and he seems busy.
Is there anything else I might assist you with? A drink, perhaps?
How long has he been ill?
Shotaro has been under the weather for some time, but I could not tell you precisely when. He rarely has visitors or goes on outings, so this is only slightly abnormal behavior for him. In fact, you are the first visitor he has had in a while.
I would call not eating more than just slightly off.
Several days, in fact. Perhaps you could ask him about it yourself. I will check and see if he has a moment to speak with you.
Is he still making blog posts?
Shotaro is a diligent man, even in the face of such adversity. If you are a reader of his work, his next significant piece will be going online tomorrow. I will not spoil it for you.
When was your last diagnostic check?
I run regular self-checks and have noticed no irregularities in either my hardware or software. I appreciate your concern. If you think I am behaving erratically, perhaps you could mention it to Shotaro. He is skilled at maintenance.
No, that's okay.
Very well. Let me know if you need anything. I'm always happy to assist.
Yeah, I figured.
Oh no, we're too late.
How long has he been here?
Looks like he's been here for a couple of days, maybe a little longer.
And the Ron who runs regular checks didn't notice.
That means whoever did this did it before we even found out about all of this. Stabbed in the chest, right through the back of the chair. Looks like it severed his carotid artery. I don't want to make any assumptions, but I can't help but wonder if this was done by the same person who assaulted Zin.
Probably.
His ROM doesn't even think anything is wrong. We need to hurry. If I'm right, everyone we've talked to so far is in more danger than we thought. Someone is following us. We have to find his computer so I can see if I can pull anything relevant off of it. You interrogate his ROM. Maybe you can find out why it's acting so strange.
Shotaro has been a bit under the weather recently, so he has not been receiving anyone. He is trying very hard to keep up with his deadlines, but I will check and see if he has a moment to speak with you.
That's okay. We'll wait.
Is there anything else I might assist you with? A drink, perhaps?
Shotaro is dead, LJ2.
It shut itself down again. Let's see if we can pull some useful information off of Mr. Otsuka's computer. If we can find it.
Amp. Speakers. That's the control panel. Check the desk. It's touch sensitive. This entire desk must be Mr. Otsuka's computer. Interesting.
We shouldn't disturb him.
I thought I was manipulating the desk.
I'll start downloading these files.
We should probably call the cops, too.
I finished my examination of Mr. Otsuka's computer. I didn't find anything particularly interesting, but I copied some files to be examined later. If we're all done here, we should hurry and go warn Nanya about what we found. Charlie and Sympathy, too.
Yeah, good idea.
They might be in immediate danger, so we must act fast. Let's head for Nanya's business.
For the record, I still don't think Hayden's dead.
Shit! What the hell are you doing back here? Wait, let me guess. You stole some of my files, or hacked my brain, or used telepathy or some shit. Found out someone else got hit by your little ghost in the machine, and when you got there, found out he was deader than new disco.
Wow, you're good.
That close enough?
Close enough.
That is distressingly accurate.
Well, it wasn't much of a damned guess. Charlie Nova is dead.
Oh boy.
What? Charlie is...
The auto cab he was in drove him right off the bridge and into the bay. It's been all over the news for the last 10 minutes, and I'm not looking to be next.
Fair enough.
I'm getting the hell out of NeoSF, and I'm gonna forget that I ever saw you, ever knew Charlie, ever gave a shit about any of this. Hell, maybe I'll pick up a new career. I'm less likely to get murdered for being a fry cook, that's for damn sure.
You could...
Have a good life!
Oh.
Oh no! No! Why is this happening?
Whoever did this has hacking skills.
There was no one in that car. No heat signatures, no wireless emissions, nothing.
Define Project 2501.
That wasn't even an auto cab. It's a manual.
Is that even possible?
I don't know. I don't know.
Calm down, Torin.
That's it. This is too much. I've had enough. I don't care who's controlling the news anymore. Almost everyone we've talked to so far has died, and I can't live with any more blood on my hands. We're not investigating this lead any further. As of right now.
It's not your fault, Torin.
Logically, I know that. We haven't set out to harm anyone. But someone is using us as a stalking horse, hiding behind our investigation to clean up whatever this is.
A stream is just about to reach 2 hours, but I am going to go a half an hour longer because of because of my forgetting to record earlier.
If they want to keep taking out people involved in this, they're going to have to dig them up without our help. We don't have any other leads anyway. Thank you for sticking with me, though.
No problem.
We have more pressing avenues of inquiry to make.
Pale Rider. Telling.
Let's move on.
We seem to get into a new chapter every stream.
Well, we should go to Melody's home and at least meet her.
Okay, so we're going to go to the other. We're going to go to the other lead we got now. Yes. Deep in noir. Okay, I'm going to go take care of business again. Give me a sec, guys. I have returned. Insert funny joke about current situation here. Okay, let's go see Melody. Let's hope she's not faring bad either. Something wrong?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was wool gathering.
That's a term I never heard before.
I see we've arrived at the Melody Flores residence. It's quite impressive. But that's to be expected, considering that she is still the majority owner of the Flower Cybernetics Group, despite retiring from day-to-day operations at the company. I wonder how she and Hayden first began working together. Sorry, back on task. Is there anything you'd like to know before we head inside?
Give me a rundown of Flower Cybernetics.
Flower Cybernetics was established in the early 2000s by Melody's mother, Antonella. It started out developing cutting-edge medical tech, including advanced prosthesis and nanoparticle diagnostic and treatment technologies. They were vastly successful when they perfected the first synthetic nerve mesh, allowing direct connection and control between the nervous system and a cybernetic prosthesis.
Interesting.
The majority of their early projects were defense technologies for the American military, developing ruggedized military prosthesis for use on injured soldiers, and then eventually electively for special forces. This research line culminated in the development of brain-controlled androids as shock troops, long since barred by international law.
Fair.
Melody took over the company from her aging mother, and she fought against developing further military hardware from that point on.
Yeah, I don't believe many people in this field would want to use their scientific achievements to be used for war.
She pushed the company to use the BCA technology for the company's original goals of medical advancement, as well as developing the first direct link virtual reality implants. The company is largely successful on a global scale, despite continued legislative movement against extensive cybernetic use, especially brain implants.
What can you tell me about Melody?
Not a whole lot. She's largely private, in contrast to her mother's penchant for courting a media circus. Several biographies of former Flower executives show her as intensely passionate about demilitarizing the company to the point of absolute viciousness in the boardroom. But it's been a long time since her days of fighting for the company, and she's since stepped away from the helm. There's talk that she's lost her spine in her old age, but...
Figuratively or literally?
Well, I'd take that with a grain of salt. She may have retreated from the corporate battlefield, but you don't change the entire direction of a company as large as Flower if you're a quitter. Stay on your toes.
Didn't Yannick say he and Melody had a falling out?
He did, and I can't shine much light on that. I know that System 1 worked with Flower to help develop the first operating systems for the direct link virtual reality implants, so perhaps it happened during that time. Also, Flower eventually went with a different company for future models of the implant, but there was never any public talk of a personal falling out between the heads of the companies. I'll scrape the mesh for more rumors, but they'll only be that, rumors. I can do my best to parse fact from fiction, but it blurs too much for me to be sure what's real.
Let's go ahead and head in.
No time like the present, then.
Let's hope she's in better health. I'm sorry, what? Is Melody home? We've got a cyborg polar bear, everybody.
Your guess is as good as mine. Mine says we can go in. Should we?
I mean, we'll know right away if we're not wanted, right?
Oh, wow! Swanky!
Wanky?
What? I have been trying to increase my usage of colloquialisms. Is swanky too out of date?
It's certainly before my time.
Oh, Miss Flores! Excuse us for the intrusion. My name is Turing, and...
Oh, I know who you are.
I can explain. I know you don't like Dr. Fairlight very much, but I assure you there's a situation.
Fairlight? I didn't realize Hayden's research had become a charity case. Though I suppose little boy Yannick will throw money at anything that raises his profile on the mesh.
Wait, you know Hayden? Also, we actually only just met Dr. Fairlight yesterday.
Oh, that's too bad. Now Pat won't have to eat you.
Yikes.
What?
Though I'm not sure your gears would have been good for his digestion.
Actually, madam, I'm not comprised of gears.
Well, either way, he's on a diet. This philosophy is how I lead my life. Sometimes you eat the bear, And sometimes the bear, well, he eats you. Do you understand?
Not really.
Dog eat dog?
Look, I don't have all day to entertain you, Turing, nor your new friend. Not even for Hayden. You don't have time to waste if you're going to find him, either.
Right.
Kitty! The most regal-looking robotic cat in the world. It sits prim and proper on a fainting chair. Can I pet it? The chair keeps a strict 1-to-1 human-to-animal ratio.
If you were one of Fairlight's worker bees, you wouldn't have made it through the door. So why are you here to badger me about poor Hayden?
You have me at a disadvantage, Ms. Flores. You seem far ahead of us on this matter.
Just call me Melody, darling. And of course. But I'll share a secret or two with you.
5 viewers, nice. Oh, hey, Warwood.
I have so many questions. Do you know what's happened to Hayden?
I wish I didn't. Maybe you don't want to either.
That implies you know.
Please, Melody, any information you might have. We haven't had access to any of his research notes, and couldn't track down any collaborators he may have been working with. Perhaps if we know more, we might be able to nail down a solid motive.
Well, I don't know if I can speculate on that, beyond the usual corporate infighting. Not that Parallax is known for that, of course.
Of course.
We had been catching up recently, and he mentioned feelings of being watched. He started to worry he had been discussing your development with the wrong people. When he stopped returning my calls, and now that you've shown up with a total stranger, it becomes clear what happened.
Is it now?
I see. Can you tell us anything else about his disappearance?
Oh, I'm afraid not, dear. I've been around long enough to know what's coincidence and what isn't.
We were hoping you might be able to shine some light on my origins. Fairlight mentioned that you had worked with Hayden in the past.
I see Hayden didn't neglect curiosity in your personality makeup. Well, you and I haven't properly met, but considering how often Hayden badgered me for design schematics of Flower's latest neural implants, I might as well be your aunt? We'll go with that. I wouldn't mind being an aunt, even to a blue-headed robot.
Yeah, aunts always threaten to feed their nephews and nieces to cybernetic to cyborg polar bears, right?
I'm touched, Melody.
Well then, I'm willing to answer your questions. For now.
How did you help Hayden with Turing?
Indeed. I don't see the connection between your company and Hayden's research into machine sapience.
Oh, Hayden wasn't researching machine sapiens. At least not primarily. Not to diminish the importance of your creation, Turing, but it's best you know the truth. Hayden is mainly interested in developing a way to transfer human consciousness into a machine matrix.
Interesting. This may connect with the plot with something in Valhalla that went unanswered. We'll get to that whenever we get to that game.
You can see why neural implants would obviously be an integral part of that.
Oh, I didn't realize.
How would Turing's development help with digitizing the human mind?
The concept of transferring the human mind into a computer has been an attractive goal for decades. Functional immortality is a powerful lure. The brain is an immensely complicated machine, and even though we know the right buttons to push to make pictures show up, we still can't replicate the entire thing as a technological construct. Even with the virtual reality implants, we're really just relying on the brain's ability to make sense of nonsensical signals. So Hayden decided the best way to make a machine more like the human brain would be to work in the opposite direction. Instead of mimicking how the human brain worked, he started writing code that mimicked the functioning of the human mind. Think of it like convergent evolution. Two species adapt in similar ways, but on completely different continents. Hayden is a crack programmer when it comes to information collating. It's why Parallax hired him when they did. So he wrote a bunch of self-modifying learning algorithms that were, frankly, baffling and let them loose. Poke and prod them here and there to make sure they value the same things humans do. And we eventually end up with you, Turing.
Interesting. Hayden never revealed any of this to me.
Also, my eyes are going berserk because it's getting dark for me right now.
I imagine he's pretty tight-lipped. You were the first prototype he considered a real success, and he was afraid of contaminating your development before he had a chance to make good observations.
Can you elaborate on your involvement?
If you can even call it involvement. It's a small city, and if you're in the tech sector, you are never more than 2 degrees removed from anyone else. When he started looking into this pet project of his, he came right up to my door and demanded access to the research logs behind our earlier implants. Cheeky, but it was impactful and disruptive, as they like to say around here. I couldn't care less about Flowers' patents anymore, so I gave him what he wanted, just to see what he would do. I'm frankly more impressed than I expected I would be, but don't tell him that.
Don't worry. I won't.
Hey.
Oh, that was a compliment, dear.
Hayden wasn't invested in Turing's development?
I didn't say that. Hayden was quite interested in Turing, even if he is just a step to further research. In fact, he was preparing to publish his findings involving Turing, and I know it's going to make one heck of a splash in the scientific community. See, the most impressive part about you, Turing, is that you're surprisingly stock.
I assure you, Melody, my construction involves only the latest and greatest in ROM prototype technology.
Exactly. You're not off the shelf, but you're still just a souped-up ROM, more or less like every other one out there. Your personality algorithms are impressive, but they don't require some new space-age technology to work. Hayden is going to propose that human consciousness transference does not require special brain-like hardware architecture, but merely the right software wrapper to interface with the hardware. Much like how you function.
I suppose that is correct. Still, my personality matrices do take up substantial amounts of my processing power. Wouldn't custom hardware have capabilities that better serve such a demanding specialized task?
Maybe the point is it's not needed.
Sure, there's still plenty of reason in trying to make a computer that works just like a human brain. Efficiency is an important part of that. But if Hayden can emulate the human mind in existing technology, it means we can start the immortality now, rather than waiting for hardware to catch up with Hayden's software.
Immortality, huh?
Frankly, I'm not terribly interested in living forever. But there's more than enough people who are.
Indeed.
Thank you for this, Melody. I understand so little of my origins.
Well, I'm sorry I don't know more of the specifics. Hayden kept me up to date on his progress, but only in the vaguest of ways. If you can hunt down his notes, I'm sure they'll tell you more.
Of course, we'll keep looking. Now, perhaps we could ask some other questions?
Sure.
What's the story between you and Fairlight?
Oh, hell, that old bastard and I have been flashing daggers at each other for the better part of 20 years.
That's a long time to hold a grudge.
I contracted out the software development for our first-gen direct-link VR neural implants to System 1. Things were going great, but after the first model sold like gangbusters, Yannick tried to get into bed with me, literally.
Okay.
I turned him down, very politely, I might add, and then, suddenly all of the cooperation between our companies dried up. We've been at it back and forth ever since. I'd be damned careful about trusting him if I were you.
So you got all this bad blood between you two just because you wouldn't sleep with him?
He's a snake, and he'll do anything he can to get what he wants. Still, I suppose if he tried again now, I might not turn him down. It would be fun to needle him about me still having my own company when he doesn't have his.
I think that's everything we need to know.
I can get back to my retirement.
Thank you for your time, Melody. We'll be in touch later.
Oh, one more piece of information for you, if you'd like it. I've got the contact info for a Vincent Mensa, who I think might be of help to you.
Vincent Mensa, huh?
Vincent was working more closely with Hayden inside Parallax, mostly on his company-approved research on data collating algorithms for the mesh. I'll send him a message and ask him to meet you somewhere. He owes me a favor anyway, and might be able to give you some more information on anything else Hayden may have been working on.
That would be fantastic, Melody. Perhaps Golden Gate Park?
Be careful, Turing. I don't like Fairlight's stench all over this scenario. Don't show him too many of your cards.
Fair enough. This isn't a war after all.
Cards? This euphemism is unfamiliar to me.
Don't tell him anything if you can. Fairlight is more dangerous the more he's informed.
Thank you, Aunt Melody. Wish us luck.
Okay, leave, and hopefully she doesn't die. Okay, good. Not hearing shrieking, not hearing polar bear roaring. Take that for how you will. Hello. We'll talk to this guy, and then I need to end the stream.
Can I help you?
Yeah, is that a DBZ scouter?
I don't really have time to talk. I'm waiting for someone.
Can you tell my power level?
Are you Vincent Mensa? We're here for a meeting on behalf of Melody Flores.
Oh, good. You're Melody's people. Do you have everything that I asked for?
There must be some miscommunication. Melody said that you would be able to provide us with some information about Hayden Weber's projects within Parallax. He has gone missing, and any information we get may be useful.
Damn that old woman.
What?
We had a deal. She promised me, and I'm not giving up anything until I get what I need.
Oh boy.
I already know Hayden is missing.
You do?
Why else would I be willing to sell corporate secrets to Flower? This was my chance to get out of the city.
Oh boy.
Instead, she sends the two of you, hat in hand with nothing. I'm assuming you're Hayden's little pet AI?
Insulting, but accurate.
Look, I'm sorry to come off callous. I do want to help. Hayden was a colleague and a friend, and I want to know he's okay. But I also need help getting the hell out of Neo SF, and now. My info is my leverage, and it's not for free. I'll just have to find another buyer. Maybe after I make another deal, I'll be able to pass it to you.
Perhaps we could assist you? My friend here is a terrific journalist. Being skilled at hunting down people and information is part of the job.
I don't know. Look, I need 100,000 credits, an untraceable car, and a fake passport for me and my wife, Francesca.
Oh boy.
If you can get me all that, I'll give you anything you want. Hayden's research notes, what I know about Parallax, my company's security credentials, whatever. If you're really sure journalists can come up with that kind of stuff in one day.
Our friend Tomcat wouldn't happen to be from a rich family, would she? He might be able to do that.
Might?
You mind answering some questions first?
Dear God, I'm doomed.
Melody only gave us a rough sketch of what you need. The more you can tell us about the situation, the sooner we can fulfill your request.
Sure, as long as it isn't the juicy stuff.
What do you do for Parallax?
I'm the head applications engineer for their data analysis division. Or maybe was, is what I should be saying.
Interesting.
If Hayden is the big brain who comes up with the math that runs the search algorithms, I'm the guy who figures out how to collect and apply the data that we get. We've worked pretty closely for years, but he's head and shoulders above me as far as theory goes. Hayden built a fully independent machine intelligence in his spare time.
Okay, I'm going to use a lamp for lighting a bit. My model is bugging out. Oh dear. There we are. Yeah, there we are.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bash myself here. I'm a good software engineer, probably one of the best. But machine intelligence? In a form factor like yours? Now that blows my mind. We've got full immersion, virtual reality, yet most people would still call you science fiction.
If you say so.
Why are you so adamant about getting out of Neo SF?
Because Parallax is rotting from the inside out. Hayden going missing is the last straw, and it's a big-ass straw. There is... how do I put this without giving it away? There's a new project about to roll out, and it's going to change everything about how Parallax does their business worldwide. Since the launch of the MeshNet, we've had some board shakeups, and the people at the top are different from the ones who've previously run the company.
Oh boy.
The altruism the company displayed in the past is gone. They're harder, more ruthless, and more concerned with profits and power than ever before.
So nothing's changed then?
Not just richest company in the valley power either. Real power.
Okay, maybe a bit more ambitious.
My guess? Parallax got rid of Hayden because he was about to do something that would get in the way of that.
Interesting.
If they're willing to get rid of the brightest mind on their payroll, what's to stop them from getting rid of me? There's a half dozen people who could do my job. So I'm getting out before I accidentally step on the wrong person's toes and end up at the bottom of the bay.
Do you know anything about Hayden's disappearance?
Nothing concrete. I probably wouldn't have noticed anything out of the ordinary. I mean, Hayden goes out for a couple days all the time, right? Conferences and guest teaching. He doesn't exactly share his itinerary with me. I tried asking around and no one will say anything. If he had jumped ship, went to a different company, it would be the talk of the week at the water coolers. Instead, dead silence. Thankfully, he allowed me to keep backups of most of his work, simply because I cross-referenced it so much. He didn't like having it all in one place anyway. Bring me what I asked for, and I'll tell you more.
Thank you, we'll get those things for you.
Sure. I guess I can stick around here for a while. I need to make some calls anyway. If you do manage to get what I need, bring it here today and you'll get anything you want. Forwarding photos and info for the passports to Turing now. And I really hope you can do this. I'd rather give it to you than some other corporation anyway. See you soon.
I'm not quite sure where to get fake passports or an untraceable car. The only shady folks we know are those punks who vandalized Hayden's apartment. I doubt they could point us in the right direction, but a long shot is better than no shot. We don't know where they are, though, so for now we should focus on getting the money for Mr. Mensa. Maybe Dr. Fairlight or Melody could spot us the credits. That certainly is no small amount, but is unlikely to cause much consternation for either of them, assuming they are as dedicated to helping as they claim. Melody is assumably home as usual, and Fairlight did let us know he'd be at the hospital. We could ask either of them for assistance. Up to you to decide which would be a better course of action.
Okay, I'm thinking more Melody, but it is about time to end the stream. What to call this? Case of Immortals. Case of Immortal, okay. Good enough. Okay then. Thank you all for joining the stream. I'm sorry for the flood in the beginning, but I hope you have fun in any case. Before I sign out, please be sure to check out Tayumu. She's a good friend of mine, and she also streams. And you can also check me out on YouTube, and I also have a Discord. My model is bugging out like crazy. I'd also like to conduct a raid, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that works. So I'll look it up at some point. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your day. This is and I'll see you all next stream, where we'll continue with Sakuna. This is Metis Balaska signing out.